All right, so now that you have made sure that everything that you need signed is signed in order to start with the process of fulfilling your portfolio of evidence, we're going to go to something called a team assessment to see what you already know about the concepts that we're going to be covering. And so the concepts that are going to be covered in this phase are things like the value chain, core and support functions within the value chain, customer service, measuring customer service, best practice, overcoming resistance. Okay, big one there. Productivity, which is something that gets drilled into you guys constantly, and then problem solving. So those are the things that we're going to be covering. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. 8 of them. So what I want you to do now is to go to your workbook. Okay, and so at the beginning of your workbook, there is something called the team assessment. So there's a little bit of an introduction. Okay, so there's 3 pages of the introduction. Then you're going to get to a part of your workbook called the team assessment. So if you can just move there now. Then we're going to go to a little score sheet. Okay, so the second sheet in the team assessment is called the calculation sheet. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put those subjects in from number 1 through to number 8. So just to remember, that's where they are. So you can always pause this video at this point, and then you're going to write them in your workbook. Okay, so you can pause now and then write them in your workbook. That is where they're going to go in. So you're going to generate that. You're going to put in all of those different subjects. Then either when you're working with a team, so if you've buddied up, if you've got a team that you're working with currently, or even if you are doing it virtually through WhatsApp, you're going to have a discussion about how strong are you and your teammates at those specific concepts. How much understanding do you have? How well do you practice it back at the workplace? And you're going to give yourself a score out of 10. So you're going to put down a score out of 10 for all 8 of those concepts. You get to the end of it, you add up all of those different 8 scores, add them all up, divide it by 8. Okay, so let's say you had 54, you divide it by 8, and then you're going to times it by 10, and that's going to give you a percentage. That percentage then becomes your benchmark for the rest of the module. So that is your next task.